In case you guys didn't notice, OMG Tacos is an official sponsor of the channel. Shout out to Calvin and the whole OMG team. They always take great care of us when we go out there. They're huge supporters of Average Joe's, and Calvin lets me borrow some of his guns to do for reviews. So we were like, hey man, let's just make this thing official. So thank you to OMG Tacos for supporting the channel and for supporting Average Joe's. If you're in the DFW area, make sure you go hit them up at their Plano location, Plano Richardson location. Or the Colony. So if you've been following along, you know that I got the Sugar Weasel 13-inch upper from Q and Tag Firearms a little bit early. Thank you to both you guys for coordinating that so that I could get this to do a review. But then unfortunately we got hit with our weird Texas ice storm. We don't know how to handle the cold type. Before any of you say anything about Texas in the cold, come at me in the summer when we've got the humidity and 108-degree temperatures. If you handle that, then we can talk. Shout out to them for getting this so that I can get a review for you guys. I finally got some time behind the gun, a good amount of time, good amount of rounds through it to where I felt like I could do a review. So I've got to get this knocked out and get it shipped back to Tag. But as I'm talking about this, these are actually going live. By the time you're watching this, these are going live on Tag Firearms website, which their link is down below. Goonlife saves you some money on that. So if you decide you want one, they will be available there. Go snag you one. So let's get into the Sugar Weasel 13-inch upper. Really quick, how I had it set up for the review, because it is just the upper does not come with a BCG. So I threw an extra TRIARC BCG I had in there, had no issues with it. So I think that if you're running any mil-spec BCG, you're not gonna have any issues. If you have some weird enhanced BCG, you may run into some issues, but with that being said, with enhanced BCGs, you tend to run into issues with different uppers anyways, so I tend to stay away from those. But anything mil-spec seems to work, no issues. And then the lower is a Dignity Defense lower that I had, review coming on that gun later. But I was like, you know what, I want to get some more time behind the Dignity Defense, so let me run that. I really like this lower, so I was like, cool, works out perfect. No issues with it working together. I think, again, anything mil-spec-ish is going to work fine with the upper. So as you're looking at this, if you're wondering, hey, will this fit my whatever gun, it's probably going to work unless you have something really weird. With that being said, just keep in mind that if you're looking at purchasing one of these, it does not come with a BCG, so you'll need to buy a BCG for it, or you can just swap out of whatever you have in your current gun, or if you're building out, you know. So just keep that in mind. So what you're going to get is the Sugar Weasel upper. So it's their clear anodized with their rail, cherry bomb at the front, their 13-inch barrel inside with the adjustable gas block, and then their Q marked radian charging handle. And this is like the shorter, like nubbier version as opposed to like the traditional wider wings. So before we get into performance, I have to address the elephant in the room, which is that the Sugar Weasels do not come with the forward assist. Now, performance-wise, did I notice that it being an issue? No. There was only 2 times I was able to induce a malfunction where I would have needed a forward assist. And one was riding the charging handle home. So instead of pulling it and letting go, I like slowly pushed it in to see if I could get it to stick. And I was, once the gun was hot and it had all the carbon buildup in there, I was able to get it to a point where it would stick and it wouldn't go all the way home. But if you just pull back and let go, no issues. The other time was when we were grouping it. We had the Night Force on there and the flip out caps. I went to pull it back, and when I did, and I went to let go to send it home, the cap flipped down, obstructed it, so it didn't allow it all the way home. So then when I tried to push it, it didn't push all the way home. Those were the only 2 times that I was able to induce a malfunction where I would have needed a forward assist, but that was more user error and not really the gun needing it, if that makes sense. So keep that in mind. If a forward assist is a deal breaker for you, then this is probably a no-go. If it's not a deal breaker for you, then this may be a good option. So how did the gun ultimately perform? So one thing I've really been interested in lately, and ever since the Noveski video on the 10.5 shorty I did a while back where people were upset I didn't show groups or show how the gun grouped for accuracy tests. So now I've been like super into it and then also getting into more medium to long range stuff. And I will tell you, with a 1 to 8, I was able to produce MOA groups or sub MOA groups, and then also throwing a Night Force attacker on there, a 4-16. We were able to get some pretty good groups out of this gun with just 55 grain ball ammo, 5.56, and it performed. So the accuracy is there. I really like the barrel profile. I like that it's tapered, and it is chambered in 5.56, so you can run 223 or 5.56 through it. I prefer 5.56 chambered. That's just me. And then the barrel length is that 13-inch. Now it's not gonna. I don't think there is a muzzle device with this barrel that will get you to that 16-inch overall length. So if you're looking to do that, this is not the route to go. But if you're in that 12-ish to 13-ish inch range upper that you're looking for, this is a great option. I really like this option. I like the length of the barrel. It's almost, so this barrel with the cherry bomb is almost the same length as my TRIARC 12.5 with the Surefire War Comp. So actually, let me, just to show for comparison. So if I put the charging handles side by side, you can see you've got that essentially half an inch difference right there, right? So 12.5 on the left, the TRIARC with the Surefire, and then you have the 13-inch on the right with the cherry bomb. So just keep that in mind, that if you are looking at doing something like that where you want that 16-inch overall length, this probably isn't the route to go, but I like the small package. I think the 12-inch to 13-inch package is like perfect size. That is such a bad, anyways, I think this length overall is probably best for most people, because at what I found in the shooting that I've been doing lately, you know, from doing things up close in like that 7 yards, that CQB range or whatever, and then when going back and shooting out to 500-600 yards, it's still a capable rifle at that length, or capable length of barrel at that distance. So I really like, because it does both well. And I think with, you know, modern ammunition and then what we know about guns and how we've been able to improve them, I think you can still get a really good performing gun with this length of barrel. So that's why I say that if you're wanting something a little bit, that kind of do-all length, this is a great option, especially if you already have a pistol lower. Again, love the barrel profile. I love the way it tapers down. I really like their rail design. I like the diameter of it, the way it feels in your hand. You have your M-LOK all the way around, aside from the Picatinny on top. I like the profile of it. I like the way it locks up. It's a great one. I think this rail, the Knights rail, and then the wedge lock rails, you know, all the variants of those are my favorite rails in the market right now. So I think it's a great option if you're looking for that. We know that rails are like at a premium right now, especially at this length. So if you're looking for that upper and you're shopping around wanting to get what you can while you can, great option. Also, this does come with their adjustable gas block, which this is actually, their gas block is one of the cooler ones to adjust, in my opinion. I like the way this works better than some of the other ones out there. Ideally, you don't want to have to tune the gas block. You would rather have a good gas port size, but things aren't always that way, and as things are in the market right now, with things being at a premium where you have to get what you can get when you can get it, I do like this option. So works well, and then also if you're running it suppressed, so I shot it majority of the time with the Trash Panda, and it ran great. Really like this can. Really like the cherry bomb. The cherry bomb works great for recoil mitigation, but it is super loud and it'll throw a fireball. So just keep that in mind if you're shooting under nods, if you're shooting low light, or if you're shooting really close to other people. There's gonna be a pretty good blast and fireball coming off the end of it. Outside of that, the gun ran great. It didn't really have any reliability issues, didn't have any issues with anything breaking on it. So I think it's a great option, again, for people who are in that, looking for that middle-ish range of barrel length, that, you know, that 12 to 13 inch. If you're looking for one, again, Tag Firearms has them. I believe they have quite a few, so you can go to the website, snag one. It's a great overall build. I'm looking forward to running some of their other stuff. I've got their mini fix and some other things, so we'll talk about that down the road. But thanks to Tag Firearms and Q for allowing me to get hands on this. If there's something that you feel like I left out, if there's something else you want to know, leave it in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, karate chop that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, and I will see you guys in the next one. That made it so much worse. In case you guys didn't notice, OMG tacos. Oh, I was gonna rub my nipples. Let's try that again. For finally getting hands on this. That is my son losing his mind, so that means it's about time to be done here. Here, you wanna show me your lunchbox? Okay. So he's excited to show y'all his, dude, you need a haircut. All right. He's excited to show y'all his lunchbox. Oh, and his tablet. What are you watching? You watching Moana? Show me your lunchbox that you got. Can you show me your lunchbox first?
No.
You're gonna get me for copyright infringement. Here. Stop picking your nose. Show him your lunchbox. Show him what you got. He got a new lunchbox. He's super excited about it. Where'd you get your lunchbox at? He got it at Hooters. So he's got a Hooters lunchbox.
Like you could see.
Okay.